broadcast Zoom. This meeting is being live streamed. Did you get that? Gabrielle, did it come on your screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, so why? Because they want to let you know, hey, you're going to be on YouTube, Gabrielle. You know, if you're in the witness protection program, you may not want to be on YouTube, right? So in this case, it shows that I'm on Zoom. You see your face here?
Yes.
So hopefully, you know what I mean? All your admirers will be able to see you, okay? So you're on live on Zoom. And then I also want to go to another program called Loom. You see that, Gabriel?
Yes.
It's called Loom. It's another software program that records the screen. Because when I'm recording here, and then I'm going to say start recording. And you see here 3, 2, 1. Do you see that 3, 2, 1? It's like you hear that little click. It's now recording. You see on the very end, I have a little message here that's recording 5 seconds. And now I also want another one that's recording on another server. And then I have something called MSN Recorder. You see that? Recorder Max. I'm going to record here, full screen. It gives me the file name, and it's an MPG file, and it's going to save that file onto my computer. So if I don't have internet access later on, I can gain access to it. And I can just send you that file and you can play it. You don't even need internet access. So if somebody was overseas or somebody just didn't have internet access, they were a hurricane coming, we don't have internet access. You know how sometimes we don't have internet access? I could give you my recordings and you say, oh my goodness, I can't see Dr. Rush today. You'd say, hey, I'll send you my recordings. You can see it. So you see my recording. So I know that I'm live, I'm recording. Everything is going well. Okay, so I recorded. So now I'm going to stop sharing and we see everybody. So I have up above, I'm recording with Zoom. I'm recording YouTube Live. And I have everyone there. So everybody got their cameras that want to show their faces. Coral, are you there?
Yeah, I am. I just have my camera off because I'm in the car. I had to get home really quick.
Okay. All right. So Coral, I like the problem was what we're facing. What I want to do today is talk about some assignments and also talk about our the issues we had. I was very popular over Labor Day weekend. I got a lot of emails from people. So we got to look at a different way to do things. So I was telling everybody, one of the things I do is I give a week in advance to do it. We don't want to wait to the last minute to do our assignments because sometimes computers don't work. Sometimes the technology is out of our control, and sometimes it may be that we don't know the exact procedures. What this class will be doing is every week we'll be doing hands-on because I want you to get more and more skills available that you can work, and that we need to know 2 things. Is one, we always need to take a deep breath. We need to know also that technology doesn't always work, but what do we always are required to do in this class is to document our work. So that means we're going to be having different ways to record our work so that we can solve our problems. We may not have all the solutions, but even if I try to gain access to someone else, because I don't have all the answers either, we need to know to be able to document what we have. And it may be a bug in a system, it may be a bug in a software, it may be things that happen all the time. We just need to know it, and that's the thing. So just not doing the assignment is not acceptable in this class. Not finding all the solutions is acceptable if, in a timely manner, you have documented your issues. And then we can reach out to our group, we can reach out to other groups, we can reach out to myself, we can reach out to Chat GPT, we can reach out to Google and find it. And sometimes we won't find the solutions. And then we come back and we discuss it, and we can comfortably discuss it in the class. But just not saying, hey, it didn't work for me. You know, it was 2 hours before, I didn't get this done. That is not acceptable. But if we've struggled with it, we all struggle, and a lot of times it doesn't work for us. And then once we find out a solution, then we go back. We keep what we've posted before, because it's important to find out what are common problems, and then we put in the better solution. Everybody understand? So it's what we call agile development, is that we keep on improving and documenting what we've done. If you don't document, you will not get credit in this class. But if you document and basically, and then you revise it and find solutions, then it is acceptable. Okay, so how many people here got YouTube Live to stream successfully? Raise your hand. So my first row, I got Kitty, Nicholas, Jace, Patrice, Abby, and Demetria. Great. On the first row, everybody did it. And on my second row, raise your hand if you got YouTube Live to work. And Mackenzie, I don't see your face. I don't even see that hand, right? So can you lower down your thing? Okay. So Mackenzie, you got it, right? And Kaying, did you get it? Yes. Okay, so we got it. Who did not? Pull down our hands. Who still having issues? Okay, Nicholas and Jonathan and Kai, and who else? Right? So we have some. So we'll figure out what were we doing wrong? What were the issues? There's a number of them, George, but we have to document those issues. So we have about over half the class that was able to do it, others didn't. And what's nice is that we can reach out to others to do it. So I'm going to share my screen. And I have almost everybody in class, which is good. And let me make this larger. And now we can see this is my YouTube Live streaming. And now, let me see what I have here. This is J. This is good. So I have here under groups. See, these are all my groups I have. And let me just tell you another thing. I'm going to go over this because this is the first time we've done something in groups, and we're going to be doing in groups throughout the semester. We need to work efficiently and well. Your group represents you. So one of the things is, just because somebody else does something and uploads, you have to make sure everybody in your group has done it appropriately, and then you have to get back to someone that has issues. So I have group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now on these key points, you see group 7, I have Luca, Nicholas, Gabrielle, and Dylan. All those key points, I want those to be under that Zoom folder. So move all these key points to the Zoom folder. That's number 1. And also group 10. You see key points learned? Key points learned, it's hard to know from what exercise that comes from. So let me go to group 1. And when I tell you this, what I'd suggest you do is, everyone, you go ahead and correct it in your group. Why waste the time? Once I say something about one group, you can look at your group and make edits to it. I'm going to take group 1 as my example here, because number 1, they're group 1. And then also I asked Kitty here, since she was early, I asked Kitty to for her permission. But just put in a note here, I'm in everybody's group. So you can think about it. So, Lauren, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Yes. Lauren, can you be so kind and be my moderator for the chat in case there are any questions?
Yes.
And
yes.
then let me know if I need to answer anything. You could probably answer some of those questions too, but sometimes it's good for me to know what people are asking as well. But let's go into group one. I'm going in group one because it's there. So notice those that are in my other groups, group 10, and what was the other one where you had who attended the key points learned. This is what you should have under the Zoom group individual exercises. This is excellent what they did. My Ella, Catherine, Maddox, and James. So they attended the Zoom group sessions. They talked about the key points learned. We learned how to operate Zoom as a host. We learned how to use many of the features, polls. We learned how to create breakout rooms, challenging. We weren't sure how to use remote support at first. We had to enable live stream on YouTube and wait 24 hours. Also on YouTube, when you create a YouTube account, let me put in some notes here. When you stream live, you have to then, instead of your account, you need to set it as a Gmail account. And in this case, Lauren, who owns Gmail? What company?
Google.
Google owns Gmail. Perfect. Who owns YouTube? Lauren.
Google.
Google. So notice how with Google, right, owning it, they have a nice mesh together. So when in doubt, when I'm dealing with Google, I'm going to do the Gmail account. You have to wait 24 hours, but what else do you need to do? Zoom.miami.edu is a basic account or an enterprise account? Gabrielle.
Enterprise.
It's an enterprise. Does it cost money? What do you think?
No,
Huh?
no.
It costs a lot of money. It's just that we don't, as faculty or as students, have to pay for it. But the university pays mucho bucks, right, to pay for that, Gabrielle. So basically, that enterprise version, the basic version, you're not allowed to do live stream. You're also limited in the number of minutes you can use. You don't have as many features. So what we're going to be doing is taking advantage of that. So if we look at that, we're taking advantage of using the Zoom Miami.edu. So after you wait, you first have to create that Gmail account with YouTube to stream live for a YouTube account. You have to wait 24 hours. And also you have to go to zoommiami.edu, and by default, streaming is off or on?
Off.
Off. You have to switch it to on.
Where do you switch it to on?
Under the settings. You have to go to zoom.miami.edu and go to settings and go to advanced and find out streaming. If it's off, you won't be able to stream. And by default, they don't want you to stream. They basically say most people don't stream. So why put it on? And you will only be able to do it. So the enterprise version, so this is why people were having problems. The enterprise version of Zoom, you have to have settings to stream. And where can you stream? So if I go to Zoom, miami.edu, where do I go?
Go to settings.
Yeah, I go to settings, and then
And then you go to advanced in meeting.
Right.
And then you scroll down and it like gives you options for YouTube, Twitch, all different streaming sites.
Right. Perfect. And the idea is then it's an advantage, right? What's your major? Remind me.
Real estate and
Real estate. So let's say you want to do open houses. You're a
Mhm.
broker and you want all your agents to have open houses. What can they do? They can be on Zoom. They can go live to YouTube. They can have customers in Dubai. They have customers in Europe, and they're showing the house. And in the same time, they're streaming live to YouTube. So they don't need YouTube. And then they say, High's Realty. You got it?
Yeah.
So you'll be able here, you can see, you can do Facebook, YouTube, you can do a customized live streaming service. That's more complicated. You have to get a key, but it's possible. But this one is you just basically do it. Once that is on, then you should be able, it waits 24 hours. You may have still issues. I'm not saying you don't, but you basically are able to do that. So this is what everybody needs to do, is it needs to be under the Zoom, because later on next week we'll have another group individual exercise. So that first one is not going to describe this. We want to describe here. We want to describe what everybody attended and what were our solutions. Not only what challenges, and maybe this needs to be changed. First week, our challenge was that all of us weren't able in our group to do live. Now we figured it out. And now under the Zoom group individual exercises, we had Ella's, right? Everybody put their names to their individual, and then their group, the cloud and the computer, and James. The one thing I would do, folks, is so it seems like James put his last, I would put in, and this you can just do on your own, guys, is put all your individuals together and then put your groups. And in your individuals, I would put, in this case, you should not need a password, but if you do. So passwords, in this case, Kitty, right? I want passwords to be off. So that's another thing in in my settings, is I want always my recordings to be password off for this class, because we're not doing any proprietary. Later on, if you have like real estate deals, right, that you're doing, and maybe some of those recordings you don't want to be, you want to be password protected. But later on, nothing here is proprietary. So, and it's also easy for me to click. I don't have to type in passwords. You don't have to type in passwords. You can do that. So what I'd like you to do is, I recorded in, I would add everybody in this group. You did a very good job in describing it. I would put in notes here of what were kind of like the main points here that you covered. So in Ella's, in the sense of what you had some, if you had any difficulty, I recorded my Zoom to the cloud and then went live on YouTube, right? Everybody did that. If you had some, you should have, right? Everybody doing this. In this case, Maddox, you see here with the Zoom recording with the passcode. For right now, it's okay. But any other time, Maddox, that you can put a note here, it's better to have it without passcodes, just because it's more hassle. That's all. It's not that it's wrong. Nothing is wrong or right. It's just what we have. Everybody see that? But they've done a good job where they put there in it. I recorded. If you had some issues or something with the YouTube live, then you would put it here. I kept it as private. I kept it as private. But otherwise, and then I'd move James, I move him up, and I do the recording with the computer and the cloud, and then show that maybe I would show the difference here. I would write in the edit part, you could say under the group recording to the computer, I would put a little note here, for instance, of this creates an MP4 file. It doesn't create it on, this saved it to my computer, not to the cloud, the internet. So I just fix it up. But other than that, it looks great. And the same thing with group 2, Lauren, Victoria, Vivian, Enrique, is see here who was in attendance, what were the challenges, according to you, and what was the solution. Here, part of the solution, request access in YouTube using, I would add that using a Gmail account, right? And go to Miami Zoom right? For advanced setting to turn on, for advanced settings for what? To turn on, right? Recording. And then in the individuals, we have here, this is the Zoom. In this video, we show how to do various things in Zoom, and show the various things I would put what we do, right? And then you showed, and did you show the cloud versus, do you show the cloud versus the, to the computer? Lauren, here.
I have the attached the computer, but
Where
I
is
don't.
it?
It's
Oh,
in
right
the attached
here, file. So
yeah.
I would put that, I would put something here where you have it on the attached files here is I would, it's difficult to see that that was part of it. So just put here, just a note there that that video MP4 is the, is recorded to the computer.
Okay.
And then you have your YouTube link. Okay, and then if you've had issues, you should have be, even if you didn't complete entirely, you had issues. One is you should reach out to your group. Two is you should at least put up what you have. Okay. And if I go back here, right, we have all our ones, and then we've already fixed it. So if I go back to group 10, perfect. I have my attending Zoom and individuals here, the key points learned. So everybody can see exactly what we need to do. And TJ's here, Elias. I would also, even in Abby's, folks, we're not waiters and waitresses, so put your last names too, okay? So in this case, we don't just have a tag. So put TJ in your last name, even though we have it, Sage's individual. And that's good, like Sage, you really talk about it for one part, giving examples. You also can put even bullet points attached for Zoom. Very good. Okay.
I have a question, Professor.
Sure.
That one's mine. I emailed with you a little bit about it. So
Yeah.
I went through why I wasn't able to record to YouTube, and like I've shared my screen when I went there. Do you want me to go back now, even after? I'm able to do it now. My ID was verified now. So
Yes.
do you want us to go
Perfect. Yes.
back
And then you put, keep this. Excellent. It's like we rehearsed it, TJ, right? This is
Yeah.
how we're going to always work. We always, if you had issues this time, next week somebody's going to have an issue, right? And this
So
is how we're going to work, is when we have issues, right? He put in what his issues were. Now you'll insert another one, and you can even put the date where you recorded the second one. Put individual recording, the date of, let's say, September 7th, right, at 5 p.m. or something, and put how was it resolved and what is it now.
All right, thank you.
So that's the thing. I want everybody to understand. This class technology sometimes is frustrating. And what we're going to be doing is documenting. Why is it frustrating? Because we get stuck there and we have no idea what to do. So the first thing we always are going to do is document what the issue is. Then then try to find out. And then we can basically see how we can resolve it. You see that, TJ? And that's the thing. And it's good that even though it's good that you report it to me, it's not enough for you to report it to me. What you should be doing is, the first thing is documenting it. And then if you want to let me know, that's fine. But the first thing is uploading and saying, these were the issues I had. This is how I'm going to resolve it, or I'm going to attempt to resolve it. And then now that I got my verification, my validation beyond my control, now I'm going to do my assignment. Completed the assignment. And you may get, TJ, you may get stuck on another point. Then you'll do a third one and the fourth one. That's okay, right, TJ? That's fine. You know what I mean? That's life. I don't have control over the UM system. Even if you ask me, I couldn't do it if I wanted to. It's not that I don't want to help you, right? But, whoever is in charge of the server, your identification, it's not me, babe, right? So that's it. Questions? Now do I have it? So let me stop sharing. Now do I have questions? So now those that weren't able to do it, you can try again. Plus, what is nice here, in this case, Nicholas, were you able to do it? The YouTube live stream? Nicholas. You hear me?
Sorry, are you, am I
Yes.
Nicholas?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I wasn't able to. I had the same problem TJ had with the 24-hour reset, and it kept resetting, so I didn't.
Okay, so then we gotta, so then even you want to reach out to, if it was TJ having the same problem, find out from TJ how he resolved that.
Yeah, I spoke to him about it. I also
Okay.
talked about it in my video.
Okay, but I'm just saying, so we can do that. Others of you that had problems, other reasons, the 24 hours, others that we didn't have. Now you know you have what? You have the emails and the phone numbers of everyone. You can text them and say, hey, what were the issues? And then you can basically help each other. In this class, I don't want you to do the work for each other, but I do want to help you to help each other. Because when you have problems, right, somebody can help you. And when you know something, you can help each other. So that's how basically teamwork works. And this is how the world works in a great idea. So we can think of ourselves entirely as our class is one group, and then we're broken down to individual groups, and then we're broken down to individual assignments. Questions? Okay.
So are we still able to submit the assignment for full credit?
Yeah. If you've
Okay,
documented,
perfect. Yeah, I emailed you about it.
yeah. Now, Corral, you made a good point. Did you try to do, Corral, did you try to do breakout rooms?
With my group?
Yeah, in your group. Did you guys do breakout rooms?
No,
Why not?
because we were having the issue, but then we recorded everything else.
You're having what issue with breakout rooms?
We were having the issue to show it. We did like explain what to do to get the breakout rooms, but we weren't able to show it.
Right, you're not able to show it. That's why, Cora, when you sent that to me, that note, that's why it was great. Does everybody understand what the problem was? Abby, do you understand what the problem is in breakout rooms?
Yeah.
With Zoom? Yes or no?
Yes.
What's the problem?
You need to be a host in order to start the breakout room.
Okay, so even if I'm a host, right, I can start a breakout room, right? If I can start even share, and I start, let me stop sharing. I start a breakout room, and we all go to 10 breakout rooms. I start it, right, Abby? And I say 10 groups. And then I join, you remember how, and then I can join each group. Me as the professor, I can join, and you can switch groups even, right? Can Zoom when we're recording rooms, even though I'm the professor, I'm the host, doesn't care whether I'm a professor or not, but I'm the host. I have high responsibilities, right? I have the highest degree. Do you understand the question? The question is, can Zoom recording record what's in, let's say your group, which group are you, Abby? 10?
Yeah, group 10.
Group 10. And let's say I join group 10 and we're going to be talking about our next assignment or your project, and you're telling me and you gave me some good ideas. I gave you some good ideas. And I said, oh, that'd be great for us to record. Is Zoom recording it?
The breakout room?
Right. That's
Is it recording only the breakout room that the host is in?
No, not even that. It doesn't record breakout rooms. Would that be important to have?
Important to have, like, being able
recording
to record breakout rooms?
That I would have the discretion to record. And you would
Yeah.
even want to see it. Oh, Dr. Rush, she said so much, and finally I forgot half of what she said. I want to review it. There's nothing to go back to review it. And Corral, you were talking about that, right?
Yeah.
So that's our next, it's like we rehearsed it, Corral. So that's what we have to figure out, is how can we do it? Everybody understand? There's some things in Zoom that can't be recorded. Also, I'm recording now, Abby, right? I have control of the recording that I'm allowing you later on if you're in my class to see the personal recordings, right? But how about if you want to record? Why don't you try to record? Because you say, you know what, I just want to record part of her session. I don't want to record all of it. I want to start right now recording. What happens when you try to record?
I can't. There's
What
no
is
like button. There's no button to record.
Okay, sometimes there's even a button and it says I need permission from the host. And sometimes I'm busy. I don't want to, and sometimes I may not want to give you permission or whatever. So if you want to record even in Zoom something that you haven't, you're not the host, you cannot record. So we got to figure out what's a minute, Dimitri. We got to figure out. Our problem is we want to record some things that Zoom can't record. Are there other ways that we can record? Any ideas? That's what I want to do. For instance, I want to record like with Corral. I think Corral's group will do a great job, or I want to help Corral's group. Let's say they're having issues. I want to go into that breakout room and help them. So, we should record that. So what can we do? Any ideas?
You could use a different recording software and record your whole screen.
Okay.
And that way,
what kind of recording software can I use? You got any ideas?
Well, you said you use Loom, but I've also heard of like there was another one I used to use. I forgot the name of it.
Okay. What did you say? I think Hai had his hand up. Did you have your hand up, Hai?
I was gonna say Loom.
Loom is one. Anybody here of QuickTime? Who's heard of QuickTime before? Nobody? QuickTime, there's dozens of it. You can just Google screencasting or screen recorders. Free.
I used QuickTime to record mine because every time I would screen record on Zoom, it wouldn't save. I put this as my issue, but it wouldn't save or I would screen record on Zoom, but it wouldn't, when I shared my screen, it wouldn't show up. So it would just show me talking on the Zoom meeting. And so I wasn't able to like show how I did my YouTube live stream. So I used QuickTime Player to show that.
Good.
And then I also uploaded the Zoom recording.
Okay, good. And there could be some issues. And then what's nice, if you show both, what would be really good is then you can give it to someone else and say, why can't I should be able to share my screen and why can't I see it? And that's basically the next solution. So Hai, did you have a comment?
Yeah, so my Zoom isn't letting me pair it with my YouTube account. So let's say I use Loom. For the assignment, should I just record with Loom and kind of demonstrate how to use Zoom?
Yeah, but eventually we want to figure out as a stopgap, because we
So
still
a lot of people in my group had the same problem as me.
You're right. So we'll try to figure it out, but in between that time, yes.
Okay, so I think it's just that my Miami account's not paired to my YouTube account.
Well, because that's it. You said it's like we rehearsed it, Hai.
Yeah,
you cannot,
exactly.
You cannot, and this is what you have to go back and do. You cannot go and create a YouTube account with your Miami.edu account. You have to use a Gmail account. Do you have a Gmail account, Hai?
I have a YouTube account with my Gmail account, but can I pair that account to my Miami Zoom?
Yeah.
I can use my Gmail YouTube with my Miami Zoom.
Yes.
Okay.
And not only that, if you have a Gmail YouTube account, you can create another channel. Create on
Mhm.
your Gmail account. I think it's even better. This way you can keep separate what we do for the class versus what you do personally on your YouTube account.
Uh-huh.
You understand? So,
Yeah, it's just,
so you answered your question. So
it's
that's
just that when I tried it, it said like user doesn't allow, but I guess I could try it again.
Right. So do not, that's why you'll get stuck. That's what you were showing me. You do
Yeah.
not use your miami.edu account, but you can use your Zoom Miami to
Okay,
broadcast.
got it.
Got it. Perfect. We solved a lot of issues. Great. Next, I have somebody's background noise. Can you mute yourself, whoever is, thank you. That's a problem. Okay. So,
Professor,
yes, go
I
ahead.
have,
Nick.
I have one thing.
Yeah.
I saw in Zoom that there was a setting that I clicked on that said that it showed the taskbar while recording.
Okay,
So,
good.
like I clicked it and it didn't make anything change when I actually recorded. So
Okay, great. So now we're going to find a solution how to get that.
okay.
It's like Miguel, again, we rehearsed it. We find problems and now we have to find around those problems. That's why we're being creative in this class. You understand? And we don't get too overly excited. We do our work. We document our work. We reach out to others. And sometimes we have to go different ways to do those situations. So perfect. So let me share my screen. Let me talk about what's due for next Wednesday. And guess what? We have another assignment, Miguel. And what's that assignment? Is screen recording, screencasting. Using Zoom with another, just like I'm doing, using Zoom plus I'm using Loom or MSN Recorder or others, and we get advantages of both. Okay, so it was for some of you frustrating that week, but we got to deal with frustration. We got to learn how to deal with frustration. Take deep breaths. We know we're going to have issues all the time. There isn't going to be a week where we don't have issues, and that's okay. Usually with the quizzes, we don't have that many issues. But guess what? The quizzes, nobody's going to ask you in life, Abby, you know, what's the answer for chapter 1, number 1? But they are going to say, hey, I need to, I got this realtor, hi, and he has this brokerage firm, and he has all these out-of-town possible clients. And is there a way that he can just bring his phone or his laptop to open house? And you can give him, you can be basically, Abby, what's your major?
Finance.
Finance. So you basically could be a consultant, right? And have highest brokerage, and you say, hey, I can work it. And then later on, we can have Abby's, finance wealth management week, every Friday. And then you can not only invite people to your webinar on Zoom, but also broadcast live to YouTube where they wouldn't even have to participate. They could see you and then they could have it. So you could even have a way in which we're doing that. Okay, so let me just do this. Let me share my screen and we'll talk about our assignments for next Wednesday. So I got TJs. Everybody understand what they need to do. So it's appropriate, but you want to leave what you have already there, right, TJ? And then you want to add next thing and then put the date and then talk about how you resolved it and what you've done. Okay, so we got that group here. And now I'm in our regular section. Everybody go to your regular section so we can make sure that whatever I do correctly, because I can make mistakes, many of them. And we're in this together. Dimitri, I don't see it as me just expounding to you. We work together and find solutions together. That's what the world is about, right? You know a lot of things that I don't know, Dimitri, in life, and we can help each other, right? That's the whole idea. So one of the things that I need to do is I have to look at what's due. And in what's due, let me make that available to everybody. So in what's due, I should see in the what's due section, Dimitri, I should say due September 13th at 5 p.m. So that's a week from today. And what it says is TGA2A software quiz. I have to make that available. The Wiley Plus 2J GE adaptive assignment. And then guess what, Dimitri? We're going to have a screencasting exercise. Just like the Zoom, but to complete that Zoom where the Zoom left off. So let's do first things first. Let me go to under assignment and quizzes. Let me go to assignment and quizzes. And I have full control, right, Dimitri? You don't have full control because I'm the instructor here. Assignment and quizzes, and I have to look for, in my sense, I have to look for TG2A item hidden from student. So I have to edit the test options. And I have to make it available. I have to add a new assignment, add a new announcement. I'll give 2 attempts because I basically, Dimitri, it's open book. And then I want it to be due on the 13th at 5. And now what do I have to do? I have to submit. And Dimitri, you have to tell me, do you see it under assignment and quizzes? TG2A. Yes? Abby, do you see it?
It's there.
Yeah, it's there. Perfect. Why do you need to tell me? Because I see it. I don't have your view, right? So I'm happy. I say, oh, I made it available, but I could have made a mistake or the system could have had a problem. That's why we have to, Dimitri, we're working as a team. I'm in everybody's group, right? So hopefully I can help everyone. Okay, so that's what's due. I got that. And then I have Wiley Plus 2. And what did it say in Wiley Plus 2? I need to make the software, make it available. And under software, I have to make sure, what do we have to do on software? Always on the adaptive assignment. And I probably have nobody trying it yet because it wasn't available. Right? 41 students, right? Haven't tried it. And the due date, let's see what due date. Yes, it's the right due date. And I'm going to close it. So that's done. So the next thing is what then, Dimitri, is if I look at what's due, it looks like on the 13th is screencasting exercise found under assignments and exercise quizzes and exercises. So where do we go? We go to assignments and quizzes. We go to exercises. And now we did the Zoom already. Now you see that, Dimitri, I have it hidden. I have to make this available. So now, Dimitri, tell me under then those exercises, you should have a new exercise called screencasting. And
Yeah, I see it.
good. Now I want to do this. I want to browse my local files, open, and browse again. Open. And now I want to submit. And now refresh your screen. And now it's a screen casting program. I don't need this. Edit, because it doesn't need to be Loom. This I can just get rid of. Submit. And now if I look at it, I see the objectives is to discuss screencasting programs and discuss the disadvantages and record using Zoom and upload it. And individually, every person in your group will choose a separate program. You can look on, you can use QuickTime. If you've used QuickTime and things like that, I would even try to use something different that you haven't used. You have more in your tool chest, but you'll meet with your group and decide. Everybody will have another one. You'll put your full name, the program, whether it's downloads to your computer, whether it's on a browser, what are the advantages, what are the paid. In the group, you'll record as a group, you'll record Zoom, plus you'll record using one screencasting program. You won't use a password. So if we look at it, let me look at the doc one.
Professor, we all need to use different.
You need to use different ones, each one in your group.
So we can't all use QuickTime, for example.
Right, exactly. Because what I want, my goal is that you'll learn many different ones. Because sometimes QuickTime is one we use, but there may be other ones that it have better ways. For instance, Loom has some features that others does. So basically, the assignment is comparative analysis of screen recording software. So what you'll be able to do then in that screen recording software is the assignment is to explore various screen recording software options, understand the pros and the cons, compare them to Zoom recording, and the collaborative assignment will help you gain practical knowledge. So what you'll have to do is each student will choose a different screen recording software from the group members. So you have to meet as a group to decide, ensure that no two students in the same group select the same software. I'm giving you examples, but there are many others that you can use. QuickTime, you can just Google screen recorders, and you want to have one that's at least has a free version. Some have upgrades and so forth. Then as an individual, you want to record a presentation less than 5 minutes. We don't want to have long presentations. You want to speak in it. You want to speak coherently, and you want to discuss the pros and cons of that screen recording software itself. It's like you're doing a software review on this screen recorder. In that, you'll share your screen, of course, to show how you can do certain ones. When you upload your screen recorder, you'll put your name, the program, what operating system does it work on? Does it work on iOS? Does it work on my Mac? Does it work on Windows? What kind of file format does it have? What are the storage options? What's the cost? If it's free, trial based, paid. If it's free, what are its limitations? Like Loom, for instance, you can get an educational version that I have. Sometimes you can try it out. If it's not educational, sometimes they limit you to 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Talk about the pros, the cons, and upload your individual recording, whether it's an MP4 file or it's a link to the screencasting folder, just like you did with the Zoom. And in the group, what you want with the group is you want to record in Zoom, and at the same time, just like I do, open up like Loom or QuickTime or others at the same time. So you'll be able, and what I want you to do in your group is to do things that you were not able to do in your regular Zoom, right, Coral? Like you weren't able to do that breakout and show the breakout. You'll be able to show the breakout.
Okay, sounds good.
Isn't it great? So you really, Coral, you brought up a great problem. And what our goal in the class is to find solutions to those problems. Sometimes we may not be able to. We may go through a whole semester and never find the solution. Sometimes it may be an upgrade to Zoom. You never know. In the middle of the semester, we'll see a new version of Zoom, right? Because they update it, right, Coral? They keep on improving Zoom, right? Because they've lost a lot of market share because now a lot of people are back to work, aren't using Zoom as frequently. So their stock price has gone down. So they're looking at new features, and somebody may have said, you know, I would like it that there be a way in which I can turn on recording in breakout rooms. Right now it's not, so we're doing a workaround. Each member will also take turns just to give a small overview of what software they were using. And why I want you this is that I don't want to just be stuck that all I know is QuickTime. There's many times that, hey, I know the advantage of QuickTime, but sometimes I want to have it recorded on a browser, or sometimes I didn't know I was able to do this one. So just like anything else, the tools in the tool chest, sometimes I just don't need to use that hammer. I need a more delicate one. And discuss factor ease of use, the quality, and ensure it. And the submission is just like the same of going down with it. And now when you've done the first assignment, the second assignment is much easier. That's due a week from today. But guess what? If I were you, I'd have it done by at least the first draft by Monday. So when there's issues again, we can address it. We're not near the end of it. But I love that second assignment, Coral, because you brought it up is, hey, we got stuck here. We weren't able to do the breakout rooms. I wasn't able to see that my control panel where I had to check and see, hey, I have the reactions here, raising my hand. I have, what are in those three dots? When do those three dots come up? And also what's nice is on the top, let me share my screen. That I can get my YouTube live as well. I want to be able, see here I have on the very top, if you pull it down, you know, I can go to live on YouTube, right? I can go and see where I was live. I can copy the URL and things like that. So questions? Abby, you have any questions? Does that make sense? What we covered today? I think it's great. So everybody has tools now. It's just not that, Abby, that you know the vocab, right? But you're able to do things that are practical, that you weren't able, that you didn't even know. It's not like it's rocket scientists, but it's just, at least you're able to do that. And you can see there, and we can take advantage of having that enterprise version, because later on, once we go to work, then you can tell somebody, oh, I have Zoom Basic. And then what would you tell them, Abby? In Zoom Basic, you can't broadcast live. So you could tell then, hi, for his real estate, you know, it's worth investing in a paid version so we could broadcast live, so you can get those potential buyers in let's say in the Far East or in Dubai or wherever in the Middle East, that they could buy property here and they could view it. A lot of times people want to see it, flush the toilet. Let me see that it flushes right. I walk around, Abby, around it. And it's basically, it is an advantage over FaceTime, right, Abby? Because then you could basically have many people view it. Or, Abby, if you wanted to, you know, for a special client, you could even do it on YouTube and just make it a private link and just give them the password. Because sometimes you say, hey, this is such an exclusive property, I don't want to even show, you know, on Fisher Island, I don't want to even show, I don't want, you know, the thieves to come in and see what they can steal, you know, in the bedrooms or something, you know? And also keeps realtors safe. You know how sometimes you hear about women realtors, they're by themselves, some creep comes in, you know, by themselves here. This is that you can tell them, hey, you want to see the house? See it on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, Sage, this way you can see it on YouTube. You don't have to have, and then if you feel more safe, then you can invite them in when there's a couple of people in the house. And you just don't have a woman just there by herself. What creep is coming in, you know?
Professor,
Yes,
I have a question about the
Sure.
individual recording for
Yeah.
the assignment on Wednesday. It says to record a presentation of less than 5 minutes. Does it actually need to be like a PowerPoint presentation?
no,
or
no,
just-
a presentation meaning you're recording.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
You're presenting it as, you understand, Miguel? You're presenting it as professional. You're
Yeah.
not you're gonna think about beforehand what you're gonna present. You're not gonna be just you know, talking, just using that screen recorder just to talk about your weekend, but rather about the project, and you're gonna be professional that somebody else can take it, and it's almost like a software review. And maybe you can see about how you can use that with Zoom when you're together. Does that clarify it, Miguel? Thank you for the comments. Any
Yeah.
other things? So I think now, does that help, Coral? No, I appreciate her comments.
Yeah,
there.
sounds good.
Good. Okay, so now I'm going to take attendance, and then I'll stay with you if you have any questions and after class. And Lauren, if you can stay with me too, you have a couple minutes, we can stay after class and we can do it. So let me share my screen. Let me go to attendance. And on Monday, we can look at, those of you do it, on Monday, we can kind of do a review. But what I first would do is I first clean up your Zoom group individual exercise and then apply doing the screencast. And even this, the only thing you need to meet with your group first, and it doesn't need to be so formally, is to find out who's going to use what software. You can try, even if those of you that want to, you can even look at a couple, but at least the reason why I wanted to do Zoom is that you'll be familiar with the other ones doing it. And then when you'll be showing it, let me just show one more thing here before I do this. So.
Sorry, is the attendance active?
No, not yet. I
Yeah.
haven't put it in yet.
Okay, thank you.
I'm still trying. I'm going to show you something else before. Let me just see. So if I looked at this, under groups, under this one, on the screencasting, this is what yours should look like, that you have the screencasting where you have the participants just like before, and then put in the section on the software of who used what. Here I would even in here of Wondershare, Vimeo, Loom, and OBS. So this way, each of the groups could even look at others and say, oh, are they using different ones than we did? And in this case, what we did, and then within it, of course, You could be using your screencasting of your entire one. I would put in also in this one, I would put in, just like we did before, some descriptions of what you did, but then you could see, you know, Anthony's screencasting. I would also put the last name in here. This is in another program. Also the cons and how much does it cost, you know, in terms of the recordings. For instance, this one I like in terms of participant free version, what operating systems it works on, the advantages, the disadvantages, price tier free, what you get with the paid version, which it is nice there. Okay, and now going back to attendance, let me make that available. And check in. Hopefully it works, right? Again, I'm not responsible, right? I'm going to do a check-in and we'll get a pin. Six, 4, 5, 8, 64, 58. And you can see it. And then we're finished for the day. Stay with me if you have additional questions that I can resolve. I think it was Dimitri. Did it help today? Thank you for helping me, Dimitri. And Miguel and Coral for those questions especially. And I think Hyde too, we had it. Okay, Michaela, question.
Yeah, I have some questions about
Sure.
how to do the live streaming. I was
Okay.
wondering if you could give me like a co-host privilege. so
Okay,
I can
okay,
share
let
the
me see.
screen.
Okay, so we'll do that. And George, what's your question?
I just wanted to confirm that if we couldn't live stream due to us like not having enough time for it to like be 24 hours, we still could do the
You can redo it. Yes, you
Okay.
have the 24 hours, but you have to put the date. So next time, don't wait till that last 24 hours. But yes, I want you to redo it.
Okay, thank you.
Not only can you, George, but you should. Because I want
Okay.
you to be able to do it. So the next time I'll say, you know, George, you take over and you do live stream. And you have the skill, you know what I mean? You know how to
Yeah.
do it.
All right, thank you.
So I have a question. When you mean to put the date for it, do you want us to put the date that we're submitting it?
Yes.
Or I'm not sure what you mean.
Yeah, the date's
Okay, are we still able to get full credit for that? Because I also had the same issue as him.
yeah, for this time.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Okay, what else?
Question.
Jonathan, you have a question?
Yeah, my Blackboard's not working. Should I just send you an email about attendance? It won't let me log in.
Let's do this. Everybody checked in? Let me just do this. And Sage, did you do it? Let me just finish.
Yeah, I
here.
did it. I just have a separate question after he's
Okay,
done.
so fine. So let me just look for here records. So what's your, Jonathan, your last name?
Bergbaum.
Yeah, so let's just do it now and get it over with, okay? Okay,
Thank you so much.
ciao. Okay, what else? And
Um,
hi, what is your question? And Sage, you first.
I was just wondering, so I kind of explained my issue on Blackboard on like the on the Zoom page, but I also said it to you. But I sent you an email and I attached, you know how I said I'd recorded it on QuickTime Player as well, just so I could kind of still show my screen because it wasn't letting me otherwise.
Right.
The QuickTime video file it won't let me upload it on Blackboard. So I tried emailing it to you and it's saying
But did you upload it in, the audit area?
Yeah, well, I uploaded my Zoom recording, which was a video of me doing it as if I was sharing my screen because the whole time I was recording,
Right,
my
so
screen was shared.
but did you, in that same audit area?
It's too big. It won't let me upload it there.
So basically, zip it. Try to find out how to compress it. Compress that file and bring it up. Or put it in like a OneDrive or something like that, or a Google Drive, and then just put the link there.
Okay, I could try to do it to Google Drive. Should I email it to you?
No,
Or should I-
put it all in the audit area. Those
Okay.
emails just go, you know what I mean? Those aren't part of my things, but also try to compress it. See if you can zip it.
Okay. And
Why
then
don't you research, Sage, to do it? And then later on, we'll figure out why can't you couldn't do any, you couldn't share screen at all?
so the thing was is that I could share screen and I could
Yeah.
also record on Zoom, but when I recorded, it wasn't showing my like in the recording once I watched it back, my screen sharing wasn't in the recording. It was just me talking.
Nothing in the screen share?
No. And so I went into the settings and I tried a bunch of different things. I looked up online, like what could be the cause. And
Yeah,
I
what
put
did
on
you
all the
find out?
settings that are supposed to be on, and it's still not working. So I don't really know what the issue
You know,
is.
stay with me and we'll try to figure out, because that doesn't even try it again. Did you try it twice?
I did. I have like literally for 3 hours.
I don't know.
was
So maybe,
recording.
you know what? Go to, this is a great idea. I think I'm sharing my screen, right?
Yeah.
So go to, contact IT, because I don't have control over, Zoom. Let's see. How to learn how to secure Zoom, eligible faculty. See this part?
Yeah.
Just go to miami.edu, type in Zoom, and they have support.
Oh, great. Okay.
You know what I mean? And go
Yeah,
there.
I'll call tomorrow.
Because call tomorrow and get them to do it, because we need to fix it. Because
Yeah.
your workaround isn't, first of all, you're paying for it. We're all paying for all this, right? And
Yeah.
why not have it? You know what I mean? So spend time here, cost restriction, log in, and all this getting started, a whole big thing. Contact them and say that maybe you have to reinstall or something, or your
Okay. That sounds good. I'll do that.
yeah, and availability, right? 24, and then their support is from Monday to Friday, 8 to 6. So
And
find
so I was
out
just
on
gonna
IT.
say,
What?
okay, I'll do that tomorrow. And
Do it
then
tomorrow. Yeah,
I
go
was
ahead.
also gonna say that when I sent you the email, I like attached the QuickTime player, and I basically explained my whole issue like in depth, so you'd
Yeah,
understand. But I guess
okay.
I just said it to you too. But I got an email back saying that the email never sent because of the file. So should I still resend that email just without the file?
No, I know it. I don't
Okay.
need it. You know what I
Alright,
mean?
so I'll
Because
just
you find out, and even from IT, they have support. Find out, tell them you want to, you want to upload something to Blackboard and it's way too big to help you zip that file or compress that file.
okay.
They're there to help you. Yeah, I think
All right. So I'll try to get on the
I think it's
Google Drive.
I know one of them is write this down. I think this is their number. Don't quote me, but I think it's 285-284-6565.
Okay. Got
And
it.
you can even tell them one issue is that the file, you want to know how to upload a file. Oh, call Blackboard too. You know Blackboard's number?
No.
And they're open here. Here's
But I
Blackboard.
can look it up too. Oh,
No,
okay.
here it
perfect.
is.
It's on
Here's
the main page.
Blackboard's number, and look at this. You can call today. That they can help you with Blackboard. How do you upload a file? How do you compress a
stupid.
file?
Okay, so I'll get the
Do this
I'll
today.
get the QuickTime player uploaded today. I'll
Right.
call Blackboard, and then tomorrow I'll deal with the Zoom issue.
And deal with the Zoom. And that's beautiful. You're taking initiative, Sage. Number one, you're finding solutions. Great. Excellent work. You understand? You're doing all the things that you need to do in my class.
Great.
For other
thank
classes,
you.
you know what I mean? It's the
Yeah.
opposite. You should be proud of yourself. Hey, I'm trying to find solutions. That's what the whole class is about. If
Thank you.
if you can learn how to, even the process of how you find solution, because that's life. We all have problems, right? Who doesn't have problems in the world? The world is full of problems. It's just how do
Exactly.
we go about even attempting to even find out what's the problem before there's no solution. So you're doing
Yeah.
a fantastic job. So here, this is the number, remind me.
Great.
And then your job then, Sage, is on Monday to show everybody, since now we're basically all teaching assistants. When you have a large file, how do you upload to Blackboard? And how do
Got
you
it.
compress that file? That'll be your, and you can even do, it'd be a great idea, is you can even have like a bonus in your section of, and title it, how to upload large files to Blackboard.
All right, perfect.
Okay, and that's what we want to do, share with each other. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
You're probably, what is your major, Sage?
Finance.
Finance, perfect. So basically, whenever you go in finance or anything, you're gonna have, you don't think you're gonna have issues? And then you'll work with kind of like those artificial intelligent, you'll be co-piloting with them, with technology.
Exactly.
All right. All right. Ciao.
Thank you. I'll
My
see you next
pleasure.
week. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah, you too. Okay, what's next here? So, Michaela, you wanted to share your, what is the issue here?
So when I try to live stream through Zoom, like when it connects with my Gmail, as I'm about to like live stream, I get an error message, and
What does it
everyone
say?
else in my group also gets this error message. And I've also tried making multiple like Gmail accounts and YouTube accounts to see if that was the issue. And I'm still getting this same
Okay.
error
Okay,
message. And I
let's see.
tried for like several hours today trying to like, make this work, and it's not working. So I really don't know what the issue is.
Well, we know that we have an issue, so let's you can share your screen, and Lauren and I will try to figure it out.
Professor, I do have a meeting to go to.
Oh, okay, so we'll talk
so-
later.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, so we'll talk later. Oh, did you, before you go, before you share, Lauren, did you ever try Annie? Call Annie on your phone? Did it work?
Yeah. I asked her about a CPU.
Okay, and how was she?
She was good. I tried like asking the same question to ChatGPT, and they all said it was the brain of the computer. And I would say she was more like concise with her answer than typing in a question and receiving.
Okay, so
like a
maybe we
typed
can do
answer.
like, you can do like a little video.
Mhm.
What would be nice is you do a little video, and then for the next session, you can record both. You can record on Zoom and the others, and then you can even share it with your group. See if your group.
Okay.
Share
I
it
could
with,
do that.
yeah, share it with your group as part of your project. Share, and then remind me, and have you try with your group to have Annie be part of the be part of your conversation, be an extra person.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I
Perfect.
gotta go
And
to my
then you can
meeting, but
yeah, I'll talk to you later. Ciao.
okay, thank you.
Perfect. Bye. Okay, so let's see.
So I can't show you unless you give me the co-host privilege.
You can't share screen?
No, I can share screen, but it doesn't make a difference. Like I need the co-host privilege in order to live stream.
Oh, and to live stream. Okay, so let me just let's see here. Hold on. I'll make you a co-host. It's good. We're recording this and it'll be good for others to see it too. So are you sharing?
No, I was just waiting for you to make me co-host.
I made you co-host. Did you get it?
Are you able to live stream as a co-host? I don't see the option.
Let me make you a host. Let's see that. I'm making you host. Let's see that.
Okay, I see the option. Just
Okay.
give me a second.
So co-host, when I make you a co-host, you're not able to live stream?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Oh, what happened to my live stream?
So I'm sharing screen now. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, but but I'm on YouTube now. Will that make it live? Host is live on YouTube.
I would imagine it would still work because you never stopped the recording.
Okay, all right. Let's see if yours. I see your screen. I see I see your screen.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're already live streamed. So then I
I'm
would
not-
have to stop this.
You know what I mean? Let me stop my live stream. Okay?
Okay.
Stop sharing and let me, do you understand? It may be, let me stop my live stream. Do you understand? Because that may be in the way that coming from my Zoom,
Yeah. Yeah, I understand.
it's not going to allow me to do two. Let me just. Somehow now. Let me go. Now. Live. I'm trying to stop my.
I think it's just the more button. It says you can stop it.
Yeah, I know, but somehow I lost. Oh, I got my wife. I got things here. I know, but I somehow I lost my more button.
I think I still have the control of it.
Oh, okay.